All right, in today's video, I'm going to show you the best ways to market your local service business heading into 2026. Not that you care, but my name's Tyler Smers. I've helped over 70 local service-based businesses dominate with content and ads. All right, and so this is how I would market my business if I were to start another cabinet business or another flooring business from scratch. I would use this for 2026 and beyond. So I'm gonna reveal one by one at a time, just to make it suspenseful. If you want to skip to the end, cool. But you won't really get the sauce that I talk about in each. So let's dive deep. One is the ad algorithm is changing and outdated advice is dead. So a lot of ad agencies, a lot of marketing agencies, whatever, they'll tell you, hey, just do this, throw it up, or they'll throw a still image of you or some contractor. They'll take other people's still images, ads, and just copy them and throw them up. It's not even you. It's not your business. It builds no trust. That's why when you call these leads, they don't know who you are. They don't know, like, or trust you. And with Andromeda, the new Facebook ad update, it basically says you need to have more creative diversity and each ad needs to be creatively unique. So it has to be something different. It can't just be the same body with like two different hooks, right? We want it to be you talking on camera with a different angle, maybe hitting a different pain point. But knowing how to properly set that up is going to be massive. All right, number 2 is predictable attention. This is why I would not just post content. And in my opinion, if you don't have enough money to run ads at $20 a day, then I don't know. I would door knock until you do. Door knock, cold call, do whatever you can until you do. Or maybe just keep your job and stack cash until you can afford $20 a day. All right, $600 a month to run ads, like genuinely, right? So I would, first off, always run ads. Because running ads is predictable. If I know for every dollar I put in, I'm going to get 3, 4, 5 out, I'd pull that trigger any time of the week. Better than 8% annually over a year in the stock market or in an index fund. Imagine getting a 200, 300, 400% return within a 30-day time period, right? Massive. So that's not always the case, but with the right systems, strategies, whatever, it is. So it's very possible. I just had Joe, a client of mine. He spent, this is not typical, by the way. But he just spent, what was it, $3,000 and turned that into $120,000, right? Off of $3,000 in ad spend, which is nuts. So don't expect that, but I'm just saying it's possible. Number 3 is stack inbound and outbound instead of relying on one channel. We want inbound leads, but we also want to make sure we're sticking to outbound. So what does outbound look like, right? That means mailers. That means it could be door knocking. It could be cold calling. It could be cold DMing. Even just warm outbound. So running inbound is like lead form ads, in my opinion. But running outbound or doing outbound is like DMing people who follow you from an ad, whether it's warm or they just follow you through your organic content. And it's still outbound because you're reaching out to them. But it's not necessarily cold outbound because they know who you are beforehand, right? They took some type of action, whether they liked your post or they followed you or whatever. I personally would rely on both. Okay, so at scale, you can just lean more on inbound, when you're doing massive numbers a month, like 50, 100K a month. And that might not even be massive to some of you guys. It really isn't that massive overall, especially if you're in like, high ticket remodeling or whatever. But I still would do outbound, especially in the beginning, if you are in the beginning. But definitely, inbound is where it's at too. Number 4 is AI is rewriting local lead gen. So a lot of agencies, what they'll do is they'll script your ads for you and they'll say, here you go. And you pay them thousands of dollars every single month. And they're using AI and they're putting in a prompt, literally just typing in, hey, you're a social media marketing Facebook ad expert. Give me an ad script for my local plumbing business that starts off with the headline of the city, a problem that most homeowners face with plumbing, position my client as the solution, say that they've done 100 jobs locally and the call to action to click below. Well, you can do that. You could do that right now with what I just gave you, right? So you can write your own lead gen script that takes 5 minutes. That's it, like 5 minutes, without having to pay thousands of dollars for it. Once you know it, you know it. It's a skill. That's why I love like teaching how to fish and then adding some done for you elements like editing or whatever. But it's absolutely changing the game, AI. And this is too with the ad algorithm. You don't need to create all these different ad sets or interests in your targeting. You can just throw up an ad with a broad interest And if it's a good creative, if it's, some things are set up properly and you have speed to lead and all this good stuff on the back end, you're going to get results more than likely, right? So it's like I mean, it's just agencies, like, I don't know. I think they're going to go away in a few years, or more AI agencies are going to come out. But personally, like, it's just absolutely massive that you use AI in your scripting. You can use it in your content. For my clients, we have a custom app for them. We're actually building it out right now. It's going to be like 2 more weeks until it's done, but a custom content app that it's built out. It's sick. It gives like a content recipe to create viral content in your niche. And then it also takes their business and combines everything into one. It's really cool. If you do want to join our program or work with me, then you can click the link in the description. But long story short, number 5, and let's scroll down a little. Number 5, eliminate the agency dependency trap. So I just touched on this briefly, but you don't need to work with marketing agencies anymore unless you're doing, I don't know, like millions. Like I'm talking 5-10 million plus a year, right? And because that's what the good agencies cost, are like $5,000 a month. They aren't these rinky-dink $1,000 a month agencies that you've dealt with before, or some 20-year-old kid sold you on and said he'd get you some Facebook leads, and then you're like, oh, these leads suck, and you just wasted 3 months because you signed a 90-day contract and now you're pissed off. Like, you don't need agencies anymore. You really don't. I would teach. If you have a team, have your in-house person learn it. Have your marketing person learn it. Have one of your sales guys learn it. Like, you really don't need an agency anymore to do any of this, because it's such a quick setup with the right systems and with the right methods, and just staying consistent and getting, consulting on this or that or how to scale it. I don't know. That's why I run my business. I used to be an agency, and I really didn't like it. I don't know. Maybe I go back to it in the future in like an AI component, but right now I just really don't want to. So I've seen my clients get the best results doing it themselves in a done with you. So not a DIY where it's done, do it yourself, but it's more of a done with you, where we actually hold your hand, we screen share, we give you everything, and then you have that skill for life. So we can't, what's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink, right? So something like that. Number 6 is use a content model that actually converts, not just get views and pray. We want to create content for our ideal customer. And I'm not saying you can't create fun skits or POVs or super top of funnel content. That's actually good. Those actually have a chance to go viral. But we want to also incorporate content that sells. So there's content that grows and content that sells. We want to create both. I recommend like a 50% content that grows, like distribution around 50%, and then 40% is content that sells. So fixing pain points that our target customer has, right? If you're a kitchen remodeler, their cabinets are from the 1980s. They're tired of seeing those old maple wooden cabinets, right? You're in there saying, hey, you want to boost the equity in your home, trying out that angle, some other ad angles, and creating content based on solving problems. That's the whole reason we're in a business, is we solve other people's problems and we get paid for it, right? So that's number 6. Number 7, these methods raise lifetime gross profit, not just lead volume. So it's nice about everything. I hopefully find some value in these videos that we do here at Pluto with our clients is it creates a compounding vehicle for your business. I don't like door knocking. I don't like cold calling. I don't like running Google ads. I don't like doing anything that doesn't compound over time. Now, Facebook ads, obviously, sure, you shut them off, they're dead. But at least with Facebook and Instagram, you can build a brand around your profile, right? And branding is everything. I take my own medicine. I invest so much. I've spent like, I don't know, 70 grand the past year on my personal Instagram, which is like, you might have come from it, or maybe you just found me on YouTube, but on my personal Instagram, Tyler.Smurs, I invest so much time and energy into content and ads for that account because it's my brand. So people can see these videos, hopefully get some value, and then maybe they decide to work with us, maybe not if it's not a right fit, right? Same thing for you and your clients. Same thing for you and your customers. And it doesn't matter if you're a remodeler or a plumber or a med spa. People want to work with people they like, know, and trust. And so if you're afraid to get on camera, if someone on your team is afraid to get on camera and you're afraid to create content that compounds over time so you don't have to start from zero cold calling every single day, then it's going to be really hard to make it in 2026 and beyond. So that is number 7. And lastly, number 8, turn yourself into a personal brand, not a commodity. I'm going to put a caveat and say you can also be a business brand, but I do like personal brands. I really do. Even like one of my clients, Andy the pressure washer. He's like a 19-year-old kid. It's literally his username is Andy the pressure washer, and he crushes. And people hire him out because they love Andy. And if it's not Andy who comes out to his house eventually, it's Andy's team. But guess who trusts Andy's team? The homeowner, because Andy hired him, and they like, know, and trust Andy, right? So it's like it's just this trickle down waterfall effect where it builds you, your brand, and your business over time. And it's the new social currency in this day and age is attention. And what's going to convert more? I mean, some business that just posts Happy 4th of July on it or Happy New Year's, once or twice a year, or a business that shows you, the founder, or one of your team members on camera, solving problems, being human. Social media is social, right? So hope this found value. If you guys want to work with us, you can click the link in the description to book a call and see if it is a right fit. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, subscribe, comment if you want to see some other videos around specific topics. I'm happy to make them for you. But thank you, and I'll see you later.